This is assessment number 9, reflection. Client is Christine Baker. Question number 1. What sort of information would I record in my counselling notes? Answer. In my counselling notes, I would record both objective and subjective information from the session. This would include Christine's presentation on arrival, such as appearing agitated, dishevelled and distressed, which was a change from previous sessions. I would document the precipitating event, being the sudden relationship breakdown with her partner and the associated feelings of betrayal, loss and fear about the future and having children. I would record the suicide and self-harm risk assessment, including Christine's disclosure of brief and infrequent thoughts about wanting the pain to stop, the absence of plans or intent, no history of self-harm, and the presence of protective factors such as a strong family connections and some hope for the future. I would also document my assessed level of risk, the supports identified, the collaborative safety and support plan developed, including Christine's decision to contact her sister, any barriers discussed and alternatives identified, and the agreed next steps. Finally, I would record any follow-up actions required and note that organisational policy was followed. Question number 2. What would I have done differently if I had assessed Christine to be at high risk of suicide? Answer. If Christine had been assessed as being at high risk of suicide, I would have taken immediate steps to ensure her safety. This would include ensuring she was not left alone and remaining with her while seeking additional support. I would follow organisational policy by immediately consulting with my supervisor, contacting appropriate crisis services such as the local mental health crisis team or emergency services if required. With Christine's involvement, where possible, I would facilitate an urgent referral to specialist mental health services and actively assist her to assess that support, including arranging transport if necessary. I would clearly explain the limits of confidentiality and the duty of care to ensure her safety. After the situation, I would engage in debriefing and professional supervision to manage the emotional impact of supporting a client in crisis, ensure I'm caring for my own well-being. Question number 3. What went well in my handling of the crisis situation? Answer. What went well was my ability to remain calm, empathetic and non-judgmental throughout the session. I asked different questions about suicide risk in a sensitive way, which allowed Christine to feel safe enough to disclose her thoughts. I also identified protective factors and supported Christine to reconnect with her support network. Question. What didn't work as well? Answer. At times I could have slowed the pace of the session further to allow Christine more time to sit with her emotions rather than moving too quickly into problem solving. Question. What should I have done differently? Answer. I could have used more intentional silence and checked in more frequently about how Christine was feeling in the moment to further support emotional regulation. Question. What areas do I need to develop? Answer. An area I need to continue developing is my confidence in extended suicide risk assessment conversations, particularly when clients are highly distressed. Question. How will I develop these skills? Answer. I will develop these skills through ongoing professional supervision, further training in suicide risk assessment and crisis intervention, reflective practice and continual role play practice to strengthen my confidence and clinical supervision. End of reflection.